I also agree with the cell phone ban or distraction-free, whatever you want to call it, but I've been getting questions, and that's where I'm going to talk about the cost. So you have some that's saying, is $13.5 million enough? Others are saying, why do we need $13.5 million to put a policy in place? Can you kind of elaborate on what the money will go for? How will that be used?
I can say that right now, there are a variety of different policies in place that are working. In some places, they are able to do things simply saying all kids must keep their phone for the entire duration of the school day in their locker, right? And so that might work in one particular setting. In other places, they don't have lockers, right? In other buildings. And I think that's why this proposal includes local discretion with regard to people deciding what works for our community, what works for our school. What is not, where there isn't discretion is that the governor and others are saying, right now we are saying it is a priority for us to protect the mental health of our students for 7 hours a day, and that during that time they're going to be distraction-free, where they will not be exposed to gaming, to social media, to all the other things that take them away from the reason that they're at school in the first place, which is to learn.
Right. Would you say this is kind of just the $13.5 million? Is this just a kind of a starting point gauge to say, we think this is what, but it could be adjusted later, up or down?
Yeah,
We've heard from our members, though, a concern, though, that this would be just the initial funding and what would happen in consecutive years when such a policy is fully implemented. So there is concern by our building administrators as the continuity of funding.
Okay.
so and it comes down to, actually, grade levels are very important here. Elementary schools, they basically, the student they just walk in and they pop it into a little pocket that's hanging on a door. It's very simple. You can imagine that's not going to be that simple with middle schools and high schools. Right. So if we have lockers, we can get them into lockers. If not, then we're talking about the pouches. That I do believe that there is now a second company. So if there's two companies, we're not paying $38 for a pouch.
Right.
We should, all the school districts should say no, and I would band together, multiple school districts should band together to say, give us a better price.